Hey, how y'all doing? Just here at Whitby at the beach. It's a bit of a chilly day, but it's okay. And I'm going to talk about balancing in life. And this is something that I got out of this book. And I've also been talking to Roberto about finding the balance, what's the right level in terms of making choices and the way you react to people. And you could say that this falls in the life harmony model. You could say that this falls into the mindset category. So I've been reading this book, The Road Less Travelled. Got it for £1, charity shop, bargain, full of nuggets. I'm just going to read you a section on balancing, and it falls into what it calls the 4 disciplines in life. Here we go, page 81. So discipline, what is discipline, right? It's basically a set of techniques just for dealing with life, everyday problem solving, the pain of life, all that kind of thing, right? And helping you to avoid the pain, because pain really is an experience that you feel and you can choose not to avoid it. I know it sounds simple, but let's go through these 4 basic techniques, right? And they are techniques because they're things that you can do. They're not just strategies, they're actually techniques. Here we go. The 4 basic techniques have been distinguished and elaborated. Delayed gratification, assumption of responsibility, dedication to the truth or reality, and balancing, right? So we all know what delayed gratification is, we all know it's good, but there is always think there's a limit to delayed gratification. I mean, if you delay gratification inevitably, you'll be dead before you enjoy the benefits. So there is a balance, but delaying gratification is, simply put, not overspending, controlling your emotions, all those kind of things, not overdoing it basically. So delayed gratification's good. Assumption of responsibility, that's just taking personal responsibility for your life's outcomes and things. Quite a difficult one, but it's pretty straightforward. Now the last 2, dedication to the truth and reality and balancing, are quite related. Dedication to the truth or reality, that is just accepting the world for how it is in reality and not living kind of this pseudo life, or denying reality and just telling yourself things that are not true and things like that to try and mask the problem, right? And balancing is the concept of finding the balance in anything in life, because what a lot of people do, there's some good examples in it, what a lot of people do when it comes to balancing, this is to avoid black and white thinking or all or nothing thinking. And this might be in relationships where you think all people are bad, so you just close yourself down and just become super avoidant. Or, on the opposite hand, you might think, well, you're over-giving, you know what I mean? You're over-loving. Maybe that you're a little bit anxious about it, and maybe you're on the kind of anxious side. What we really want to do is find that balance in the middle, that secure line. Now, it's quite hard. I did a video when I was in Lake Tenno, this time last year actually. It was called Integrate Your Shadow or You'll End Up Dating It. And in that one I was saying that no one could be bang on secure in the middle. You're always one side or another, but you're always trying to find that balance, so you've got a happy balance in life, and you're not one extreme to the other. And in the live stream chat that I did with Joel, I sort of explored the concept of the nice guy that just gets absolutely trampled on. And one day they just end up having enough, they've had enough, they're fed up of getting walked on. And what do? They flip to the opposite side and overcompensate and end up becoming that absolute arsehole of a guy that treats everyone horribly. Was really what they need to do is find the balance. And sometimes that takes some time. You can't do it initially because you haven't sort of developed the techniques there to find the balance. Maybe you've not developed the boundaries that you need to be secure. When you haven't developed boundaries, you're going to be on the fringes, you're going to be black and white thinking on either extent, either side. You're either going to be super anxious and overgiving, or super avoidant, or maybe the absolute arsehole leading into narcissism, and you don't want to be that. And it's similar in the workplace too. Black and white thinking is actually quite negative, this all or nothing. It's either I'm going to win all the contracts, I'm going to win no contracts. This is actually very, very negative self-talk, In all things in life, there is a balance, you win some, you lose some, right? Some people like you, some people don't. You make friends with some people, not with others. You know, you can get some level of success in your fitness, maybe not everything, and that's fine. It's about finding that balance, that middle line. So how can we find the balance then? Well, yes, things like meditation, like I do with Roberto, is very helpful for sort of staying in the moment and letting go. But I think when you're finding the balance, you can also improve your own balance. You can actually create your own look, or more specifically, create the conditions for your own look by just doing more of making better decisions and doing more of the right things consistently. And that is basically just developing a set of good habits in which to live by. That might be, for me, it's like, I like a morning routine, I like to journal every day, I like to read every day. I choose 3 things that I'm going to work on every day, and I consistently work towards those 3 things in focus blocks of time. I don't try and do too much, I just consistently do 3 things that are going to move me towards my goals. You know, I work out every day or most days. I'm actually on holiday today, so I'm not working out today. But I do some form of exercise, and I always eat well, you know, I always look after my diet, and, you know, and I'm always trying to be focused in and being in the moment in everything that I try to do. Just picking a set of good habits like that consistently. You know, you don't have to do all this sort of cold plunge. You can do the cold plunge stuff if you want, and, you know, all these sort of weird strategies like running through the woods and stuff if you want to do all that. But really, it's just consistency on a few good habits. Wake up early, you know, read, educate yourself, plan your day with intent, things like that. Work out, eat well, right? Try and be in the moment. Read about mindfulness and do some meditation or practice mindfulness. Sometimes you can just sit there and be mindful, you know, that's good enough. Consistently applying those habits will eventually increase the likelihood that you're going to get lucky. So you're going to, in that regard, you're going to create the conditions for your own luck, and therefore you could more likely to find the balance, right? And the balance is always a peaceful way of life, right? So find the balance. You don't want black and white thinking. Don't be all or nothing, or everybody hates me, or, you know, everybody loves me, or whatever, or I'm going to get this deal over the line or not. Yes, you know, take one deal, right? If you're in business, yes, you either win it or you don't, or you might win it in some capacity, maybe not the whole deal that you want. You might win part of it, right? So there is a bit of a binary choice there of whether you actually get the success on that deal or not. Same in dating, you know, you either date the person or you don't. There is a binary choice, but in life, balance is about choice. Yeah, that's not the only deal, and that's not the only person. So, on average, in all cases, you win some, you lose some. You win some contracts, you lose some. You know, you date some people, you don't date others, and that's it. That is the balance. It's accepting life. And just going back to these 4 disciplines, which are here, very important. I suggest you consider all 4 of these. Let's have a look. The 4 basic disciplines: delayed gratification. We know we can do that. Assumption of responsibility. So this is taking responsibility for your life. A way around that: live every day with intent. Just apply some focus on how you choose the 3 things that I'm going to work on. And then dedication to the truth or reality. You've got to accept the world for what it is. Dedicate yourself to the truth. It'll be less painful. And then find the balance through not black and white thinking. Another technique in this book that helps is called bracketing. And bracketing is approaching every situation without preconceived opinions. Don't let past hurts, past pains affect how you move through life. So how can that be applied? Well, when you're trying to find the balance, if you're going to go to black and white thinking, you know, bracketing allows you to approach that each situation with a fresh set of eyes, without the preconceived opinions of, oh, I never win a contract because they always go that way, or I never get a date, or whatever, right? So avoid that black and white thinking by using things like bracketing, which allows you to approach every situation without preconceived opinions so you can make better choices every day, and that's what you do, consistently applied. A set of good habits to live by will eventually get you some results, and that is how you create your own luck. All right, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and see you all next time.